I certainly recognize the anxiety that comes from uncertainty and the rapidity of the different announcements, whether it be bills being considered by the state legislature, executive orders, dear colleague letters. And I understand why our community is anxious about these. And to me, it's rooted in something enormously remarkable about this campus and our people. And when I say our campus, I say every 120 counties where you find our extension offices, all our health partners. And what is it? They care. They care about their fellow citizens. You can see it at a experiment farm in West Kentucky. You can see it in a classroom on campus. You can see it in all our extension offices. I was just at our hospital this morning. Grateful patients who have been touched by an array of caregivers. It's in our research labs. Nearly everything we do has the potential to be impacted by the things that are being considered both in Washington and Frankfurt. This one is certainly different. You think back of COVID, which we all experienced here, and how devastating that was, and those moments where you thought, gee, when are we going to be able to come out of this? Here we are today. I wasn't here, but I went through this experience in the 2008 Great Recession. Where I was before had a $330 million state budget, and it was reduced by $100 million in 18 months, far less than what happened here. And that was a dizzying, potentially devastating experience. But I've always been impressed by the wherewithal of people who have such a deep commitment to serve. In those circumstances, we found a way against enormous odds. We can't give up, and I know we will not, and we're going to have to find a way forward. Well, I know it's very hard in the news cycles we live under now, but we try to keep up to date our website, which we can provide that information to anybody. You can easily find it, and it's going to post all the things that are occurring that are relevant to us. We also keep our ear to the ground in Washington and Frankfurt. Our governmental relations people are there. I've certainly been there. And we're going to try to make certain that we can provide the best information we can in a timely manner. We can't forget the power of research universities and academic health centers. I remember a time in my youth that heart disease or heart attacks were undetectable, unpreventable, untreatable. And look where we are today. I remember a time when cancer was a certain death notice. And look where we are today. Deaths from cardiovascular disease, those that immediately one suffered death or severe consequences, we don't face that anymore. So much of this is detectable and treatable. Cancer deaths, still too high in Kentucky, have really decreased across our country every year. We've made enormous progress. It was from prevention and treatment. Those are the kinds of things we make possible at the University of Kentucky, in our research labs, in the clinical trials we conduct. So those are powerful. And I find when I tell those stories and people recognize these facts, that they want to be our advocates as well. So I have to remain confident when I tell your story, I immediately see that people believe me because they believe in you. Someone asked me the other day, what can I do in all this? And I said, do what you have been doing every day. And we will demonstrate that just as we were at our founding 160 years ago, we have made a promise to Kentucky to advance this Commonwealth in every way we can, and regardless of what we face, we will not abandon this promise. So we're in this process. Our voices are being heard. I can tell our stories about the difference we make in lives across Kentucky. And I've got to remain confident.